In a previous video, I showed how I made these brass wood branding irons using common hand tools for less than $1. From the comments and questions I received, I realized I did not do a good job of explaining certain key points. So in this video, I'm going to go over what I think the most common questions were. I used 1024 all thread to screw into the brass, and to be honest, I cannot remember what drill size that was, but what I always do is I just measure the outside diameter of the threads and I'll subtract about 20 thousandths from that, and then I'll pick a drill bit that's about that size. And that works pretty well for me for brass, but there's a much more precise way of doing it, and that involves consulting a drill and tap chart, and in this case this chart will show you the recommended drill size to use. If you have the numbered drills, it'll give you good guidance. And you'll see how that fits. A few folks asked me about the brass I was using. Where can you get it, and what kind of brass is it? The big box hardware stores don't really carry the 1/2 inch size and up on brass. So when I'm in Plano, Texas, I always go to the metal supermarket to buy stock for my mini machine shop. Here's some of the stuff that I recently bought. But it doesn't have to be that complicated. There are hundreds of vendors online who will sell you this stock and send it to you with free shipping. Here's a 12-inch length. You don't need that much for this project, but $13 for a foot. You can keep the rest of it on hand for other projects. I like the C360 half-hard round bar, but that's a personal preference. It's very machinable, easy to use for a project like this. But just about any brass, bronze, or copper will probably work just as well. I had a few questions about what rotary tool bits did I use. Well, I can't say that there was one that dominated, but the little spherical ones in this set that you see here were good for hogging around the edges here. And then I used the more sharp pointy ones to get into the details and to better trace the letters. I wish I'd started off with this little wafer wheel. This thing will really move some metal, and I could have hogged out all around my initials before going to the diamond bit. So when I do this next time, I'm going to start with this wafer wheel to do most of the hogging. These little diamond bit sets are all over eBay and Amazon and so forth. I think I paid about $5 for my set. If you shop around, you can get yourself a really good deal. One comment asked me if I had a holster for the iron, and I realized that I didn't talk about a very key point, which is that these doggone irons are hot, and you really need to observe safety when you're done. Now, I made the handles of these flat on their base, so that when I'm done with them, I can just leave them kind of sticking up in the air. I'll leave them on my hot table over here so that they're not a hazard. Several commenters said that they were going to make their own irons based on my video, and I sure hope you'll send me photos of what you've made. Here's one made by Mike Peacock. I think this thing turned out awesome. Great job, Mike. There's this fellow by the name of Mike Walt who also made one of the branding irons, and not only that, he did a couple videos on it. He did one on how to do the build and then a follow-up to show some clarifications on how he made his. Oh, and Mike, to you, best of luck with your YouTube channel. I think it's got real potential. We said we were going to have this done by noon. It's 2 o'clock, so I think that's still pretty good. $20 worth of parts, 3 hours worth of work. Did we fix the right problem? Yay!
Sounds good so far.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool. Thanks. Okay, that'll be $375.12.
You take a credit card?